If you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button.
Okay, today I will be showing you, the audience, how to install the drivers properly for your WAN card. This is the continuation from part 1, which showed you how to install the WAN card into your Panasonic CF-30. So definitely check out that tutorial on our YouTube page, which is www.youtube.com/uselaptops. So let's get right into it. Not to mention, you can also find the link to our YouTube channel in the description below. First step, double click the CSA installer. I typically leave it on my desktop so that it's easy to access when I'm installing the file. So you'll get a pop-up. The pop-up will ask you, do you want to allow the following program from an unknown publisher to make changes to your computer? Click yes. Click yes. Then you'll be prompted to install the carrier selection application on the appropriate system. Please locate and run the start CSA.executive installer. After unpacking, click next. Then accept the license agreement. Click I accept. Pretty easy at this point. Just going through the menu. Now, here's what gets a little tricky. You want to be able to install the folder, or extract the folder on a place where you'll be able to find it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it on our desktop, and you do that by clicking after the user's line and right behind the CSA line, and then you type in desktop. That way it's in a nice folder on your desktop. Click next. As you can see, the files are extracting. Okay, now that the files have been completely extracted, we'll go to step 2, which is, you might get a pop-up that says, has it been installed correctly? Just click this program has been installed correctly. The next step will ask you, which one do you want to install? So if you're installing on a 2K system, you want to click 2K package, Gobi 2K package. If you're installing on a 1K, you want to do Gobi package. We're doing a 1K, so we're going to click in Gobi package, and we're going to install the driver first and foremost. So go to driver folder, then double click setup. Setup for WAN, WWAN driver, click yes. Next, you want to click I agree in the license agreement, and click next. Once the installation is complete, close out that window and click back into the Gobi package. And you want to go to firmware. This is the second installation that has to be done. So double click the firmware setup. Then it will ask you setup for WWAN firmware. Click yes. Then you'll get a license agreement. Click I agree as usual. Click next. And sit back as the files install. Alright, now once the files are finished installing, close out of that window. Now what you need to do is, getting a little bit of feedback. Now what you need to do is you need to open up your device manager. And you can just scan the drivers just to make sure that all those drivers have been found. So now I'm looking to make sure everything's properly installed. So now we're just waiting for all the drivers to be found. Now just go to your network adapters folder in the device manager, and there you'll see if your drivers have been installed correctly. There's one more step left. You have to install the carrier. So go back to CSA folder and go to your CSA pack. You want to locate your setup file. Double click it. Click yes.
You want the CD-ROM in there? No.
Click next. If you already know your service provider, this would be a good step for you. If you don't, that's okay. It's still a necessary step to take to activate it. It will now ask you, do you want to restart your computer? You want to click yes. I want to restart. Okay, now we will be installing the CSA or carrier selection. So what I do is or what a friend told me, what I always do is typically is that I drag the application installer to the desktop. I don't do this usually, but somebody else does. So then you double click the carrier selection application, okay, and select yes. Just as you did with all the other steps, and you'll get a thing that says welcome carrier selection application, Panasonic Computers solution. You'll get a window. So click next, and then it will ask you to please select your carrier. Okay, if you have your carrier in mind, you want to just pick the one that's providing your service. Okay, so typically we leave it here. Since you're going to get your own service provider, your own carrier, this is where you will be able to do that. So just follow the steps of this tutorial and you'll be able to get to this point where you can access and select which carrier is your provider. That way you can start your service. So that concludes our tutorial for today. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you enjoyed the video today, don't forget to hit the like button below, labeled with the thumbs up. Okay? Once again, thank you very much for tuning in. This is Bob Johnson, Computer Stuff Inc., signing out.
Thanks for watching today. For more repair videos, click the link below. And remember, if you have a screwdriver, you can fix a computer.